Hello and welcome. Dr. Rolnick, good to be with you today.
And good to be with you, Amanda.
It is a joy to be here today. We've known each other for several years now through the University of St. Thomas, where you are a professor of theology. I had the joy of taking one of your classes, the Theology and Literature of C.S. Lewis, many years ago. And since then, we have had the opportunity to continue to just have discussion and conversation about the many books that you've been writing. We're here today to talk specifically about your book, Origins: God, Evolution, and the Question of the Cosmos. Thank you for being here today.
And thank you, Amanda.
Origins it paints a wonderful picture of how we can understand the relationship between scientific reason and faith, Christian faith. Give us a quick overview of Origins itself.
All right. Well, the book actually begins with 5 or 6 chapters on evolution. And it's a strange place to start in one sense because it's starting in the middle of the story, because the universe doesn't begin with evolution. The universe exists for about 10.5 billion years before evolution even begins on Earth. But evolution is the hardest issue for science and faith. People of faith never complain about gravity, but many of them do complain about evolution. So I thought I would start with the toughest challenge, which is the various claims of evolution. And the book never questions. It's not an attack on what evolutionary biologists are thinking and writing and researching. I learned from them. I don't try to criticize them. I think it's a bad strategy for faith to try to defeat the entire idea of evolution. There's an army of biologists that have very profitably progressed into great biological insights by means of this theory. And theory is a way of seeing. It's a way of seeing facts. It's a way of organizing facts. And science is as much about theory as it is about facts. So the strategy of my book is not to attack the biology. It's to use the biology as a kind of a jujitsu move to show how evolution can actually be an advantage for people of faith. So there's 4 challenges of evolution that I take on, and I show how each one of those ends up being a good thing for people of faith, as long as you adopt the attitude of Paul, the Apostle Paul, who said, "When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child." But he said, when I became an adult, I tried to pick up some more adult ways of looking things. So we don't have to give up faith in God. We don't have to give up faith in Christ. We don't have to give up faith in creation. But we do have to look at them with the new eyes that the biologists, our brother biologists, have given to us. And so that's the general thrust of the first part of the book. And then, having shown how the biology can actually be used to an advantage, do a kind of a victory lap, and then go into Big Bang cosmology. And Big Bang is a natural friend of theology. I mean, unless you're going to insist on a 7-day creation that happened exactly in 7 days, you're going to the best thing that's happened for theology scientifically is Big Bang cosmology. It just looks very, very good for us, because if Big Bang is correct, then the universe had a birthday. That means the universe had a start. The universe is not past infinite. And if the universe is not past infinite, then how did it start? Well, Big Bang tells you a lot about how it started. And our cosmologists oftentimes use the symbol T equals 0 at time 0. So it starts there. But why it starts? How did it start? why was it an orderly beginning? Why wasn't it a chaotic beginning? Why was it an orderly beginning that became life friendly, that created the galaxies and the stars and solar systems that have the kind of life we have? So that's a kind of an overview of the scientific parts of the book.
Fantastic. Um, I am going to pull out the book itself here because there's a specific sentence that you write as an invitation to help us understand that the universe of both grace and reason, that as scientists and believers together, there can be this harmony between them. You state, if we believe that God is both infinitely good and infinitely intelligent, Christian faith and scientific reason should be partners in the quest to understand that universe of grace and reason. So I am excited for anyone also interested in answering this question to purchase a copy of Origins to see how you unpack the four challenges that you mentioned and how you also provide that answer to those challenges.
Well, thank you, Amanda.